What's up, Internet Land?
Hey,
I just figured out that one of the clips in that stock footage that we used for that intro, it has to be Nate from Canadian Prepper.
oh, you think so?
The mask with the neon reflection around the mask. It's got to be. I'm
I
positive
think
of
that
it.
one came from Motion Array.
Probably. Yeah. So anyway, telling everybody our secrets. Hey man, how's it going? Welcome back from our holiday break.
Right. Yeah.
Are you fully holidayed? Have you done all of the holidaying?
Yeah.
All of the
We're done with
Christmas?
it.
All you're totally Christmased and totally New Year's?
No, we're celebrating holidays with um a family member. It's coming next week, so
Oh, that's
I still
right.
have to holiday one more time.
One more holiday.
Yep.
Will you cook it? Will you do it? Will you cook another big meal and do the
I don't know. I haven't
Okay,
decided yet.
okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
Right on. Well, welcome back. I'm glad we're live here. Any chance I could talk you into sharing this to our Facebook page?
Oh, where did you go live to?
YouTube. We're just on YouTube.
Actually I can't because I'm in Facebook jail.
You're in Facebook
So
jail. Okay, well, while we're chatting together tonight, I will try to share that over there. That's
That's right.
fine.
I woke up to that this morning. One of the groups I was in, and Facebook at this point, when I get put into a jail on one profile, they suspend every profile. So
They lock all your profiles. I wonder.
they
I
lock them all
wonder.
down.
Well, we've never the Facebook page on the show's Facebook page has never been suspended just because you were in jail. So hopefully,
Well, so what happens is I'm still an admin. I just can't do anything. I can't make a post. I can't like a post. I can't
right.
do anything. The rest of the world has no idea. So of course that was a problem a while back. As one of my chaplain profiles was actively doing suicide interventions in veteran groups,
Right.
which is one of the reasons I did one of the new profiles.
Sure.
But eventually I got lazy with my VPN, and Facebook figured out that it was the same person, and so now if they suspend one, they suspend them all. So
It's
I
true,
talked
man.
about somebody had made a post in a very private group about I don't know what it was, something to the effect of double tapping ATF agents as they came through the door, and I said don't waste time with the center body double tap, and they all talked about shooting to the face, and I said, well, shoot them in the dick, which is what I do. I shoot dicks.
Yeah.
Um, and
Hey,
so
man. That's 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 Clint Smith doctrine.
I got a 30-day for saying shoot them in the dick. That's all I said.
Okay. Well, and then now saying it here, we'll see
I
whether we
don't
get thrown
care.
off of
I'm
YouTube
pretty
as well.
sure I am one of millions who were suspended this morning on January 6th.
Uh-huh.
Um, basically, all conservatives who are active and been suspended in the past for talking about the coup that happened with Pelosi taking over the government a couple of
Hmm.
years ago,
Right,
and
right, right.
Biden and the
Sure.
illegitimate vote.
Sure.
Um, that if you've in the past been active saying that, I think you got suspended today for one reason or another.
Happy Insurrection Day, by the
Which,
way.
by the way, if you haven't heard yet, you were on the road. I caught wind. It's kind of growing up. It's all over the Twitter space right now. The only victim of January 6th, Miss Ashley Babbitt, her mother
Hmm.
was arrested today in
Her
Washington,
mother.
D.C. for holding up a sign remembering her daughter.
Wow.
She was arrested and taken to jail for jaywalking in Washington, D.C.
Boy, we
So
are we
if
are
you are not
delightful people.
convinced that 2 years ago was a military coup by the Democrats, then you're
I don't know.
living in la la land.
I don't know what to say to people who
Yeah.
don't realize that
I just
everything has
realized I
gone to
forgot to wear
shit.
a hat. I don't know if I've ever not worn a hat on this show.
Well, would you like to acquire a hat? I mean, if you feel
I
uncomfortable,
don't
we
have
we
one
we,
within arm reach, and
we
I'm
don't
on a
want
tight time schedule
we
here.
don't want you
I've
to
only
be
got
triggered.
20 minutes.
we don't want you to be triggered. We don't want your feelings hurt because you didn't put on your pink hat.
Yeah, well, I get over it. Y'all can be blinded. My lighting's not appropriate. It's not set up. Oh well.
I'm a little bit better on my lighting this week until the dog
Hey.
knocks it over. My wife is actively trying to keep the dog from jumping in my lap. I just got back from Tejas, the great state of Tejas, and my
The
dog is.
great state of Texas that has allowed a woman who was a pediatrician to take her child in a custody battle to California
Yep,
to be castrated,
yep, it's crazy.
as she has for the last 3 years been grooming and trying to transition her 3-year-old male child against the father's wishes. He has spent every penny he owns,
Yep,
and she pulled some lawyering bullshit
yep.
and got a temporary full custody, which allowed her to leave the state. She immediately fled to California and has started the transition now, castrating. He's now 6 years old, and she is castrating him.
That's terrifying. That is
So
terrifying.
again,
For those of you
there's
who
a
still
literal
wondering
civil
whether.
war happening right now in our country.
Yep,
There are mentally ill wackadoo liberals who are doing things like castrating 6-year-old children,
yep.
arresting grieving mothers for jaywalking, all sorts of terrible and awful things.
It's insane, man. It's craziness.
So, as I said on Facebook the other day, and nobody saw, so I'll just say it here: shoot him in the dick.
Well, there's that. There, there's that. So I guess we have the illustrious potentate emperor of Russia, calling for a ceasefire in the ultra corrupt state of Ukraine.
Yeah.
And of course, Ukraine told them to pound sand based on the time, and rightfully so. The terms and conditions were pretty unrealistic, of
Oh, they
this
had some.
of
Okay.
this of the
So it wasn't a
ceasefire.
real peacefire offering. It was a
No,
part
it
of
was it was certain it
the
was a
process of war.
I would call
So,
it a Belarus. That's what I would call it. But sorry, that was bad. I'll see myself out. But no, it was a ruse. There's just no question about it. But yeah, that's some really great stuff. Any other world news and world report that you have been seeing out there in
man,
the.
I'm not paying attention. I spend all my time cruising. I think in the 2 weeks it's been since we uploaded an episode, I've gained about 200 pounds of wheat berries. Um, let's see what else. I don't know. Actually, there was a fluke on Amazon, and you could buy regular gold whatever flour. You know what I'm talking about? Gold medallion,
Gold
whatever.
medal,
It's
gold
kind of
medal.
it's kind of like base level. It's not good stuff. Makes a good GP flour. You can
Yeah,
add it or cut it or make gravy with it, whatever you want to do. It was down to like 3 cents a pound on like a fluke thing, and I got like 150 pounds before I got cut off.
good for you. That's awesome.
So, I mean, we'll see if it shows up. It says it's being shipped, and I figure half the bags will probably break anyway.
Yeah,
Um,
but at 3 cents a pound, even if you get it even if you end up with 6 cents a
well, but
pound, you
I'll
did
try
pretty
to
good.
replace it. Amazon, of course, will never replace it. They'll only refund it because by now
Yep.
they've figured it out. So when it's all broken and half of it
Yeah.
shows up just leaking everywhere, which will be hilarious because uh, the postal service where I live, who are all god awful people and should probably just jump off a cliff, um,
Oh,
they
your
they
postal service is
deserve
awful.
to be flower bombed, and they
Your
are going to be so mad. It's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
man, I remember you have
I feel
you
like I
have
should
told
order
me
glitter.
you have told me you should order glitter. That's a great
I
great
should
question.
order a bunch of glitter.
You have told me so many stories of how horrific the U.S. Postal Service is in Alaska. It's
Yeah.
like going to a foreign country to use their. Like I remember going
I don't know
to.
because I've watched a bunch of guys, ride motorcycles around the world, and they always send like care packages to themselves in the middle of nowhere,
Sure,
Bolivia or Brazil or whatever,
sure.
and those postal services seems to be way better than what we have.
Well, I've certainly
In
had
fact,
more
I
luck
saw
with.
like Africa. They
I had
were
more.
like, what's his name? McGregor,
You,
who's
yeah, you and
on Star
McGregor.
Wars,
Yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
he was riding down Africa getting packages and stuff and getting better service than we get.
Yeah, you guys are just bananas.
Well, it's what happens when you have unionized labor.
That's right.
Unions are the downfall of our country.
It's true, man. Once upon a time, it was
Very
necessary.
necessary back in the day, like 100 years ago.
Yep.
But for a solid 50 or 60, they're nothing but organized crime and mafia
Oh,
and
I
money
totally
laundering
agree.
schemes.
I totally agree. Yeah, I mean, once upon a time, we needed it to keep workers safe. When they were shoving children down a mine shaft, and like they still do in Africa now.
I was going to say,
Um,
we still do that. I mean, if you drive an electric car,
yeah.
you're feeding that system. So
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. There's no such thing as clean cobalt. No such thing as clean cobalt. There is zero.
most gold is not mined very well either.
They
There's
say
only a
they
couple of
say
countries
that
where we mine gold well. Everyone else uses mercury
They say
and
that
children.
90%, and that's a conservative estimate, 90%
Mhm.
of the world's cobalt is mined by slaves.
Yeah,
And that is
right.
doesn't matter which
And
brand,
China owns most of them,
it
or do we
doesn't matter
know
what
even? We
what
know
kind of
China owns
laptop,
slaves, but yeah,
phone, electric
sure,
car,
we're all guilty.
any
There's no getting around it.
any lithium battery has slave
Which is
labor
most
cobalt.
rechargeables.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't even know.
this guy right
I was gonna
here.
say I'd look up this. Well, this one's like made in China, so
Oh yeah, yeah, buddy. Isn't everything.
this is
Speaking
quite good
of
Chinesium.
Speaking of China,
Yeah. Speaking of,
we're starting to hear some pretty major buzz about potential military style embargo of Taiwan in the next 30 days. Are you hearing any of that?
what China's going to? No,
Yep.
and I'm really not paying attention at all.
Okay.
I'm not. If I don't see it on Twitter, I probably won't see it. Twitter,
I
Daily Wire. Of course, Daily Wire only cares about Speaker of the House right now.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm Daily Wire is 2 clicks shy of dead to me at this point. So
yeah,
so
too big, too fast. They're having
two.
hard in the pivot. But hey, so let's see. Next week we'll be back with our regularly scheduled, pre-recorded. Should go live on Friday evenings,
Yep.
right? We don't have any. You getting any questions from the live feed?
I'm not seeing
I see two, three
any
people.
comments from the live feed. I'd love to hear from folks. We got some folks watching tonight.
We got
Yeah,
2-3 minutes if you want to get your question in. I got a couple minutes before I got a jet.
we're not gonna have a long show tonight. I've been gone for most of the week. I need to spend a little bit of time with the fam, and you got a deadline that you got to hit to do. But I will say this, and you honest to goodness, you hear us say this all the time.
Yeah.
Right now, whatever it takes, whatever you have to do to acquire 30 days of food for everyone in your household, um, do whatever it takes to acquire 30 days of food for everyone in your household right now. Now, the worst case scenario is you just end up getting to
If
eat
you don't have
food.
that,
You get to eat food for less money.
yeah.
That's the worst. That's the worst. Well, best case scenario. Let me say best case scenario. You get to eat food for less money in a few months when you start eating your preps. Worst case scenario is you actually need it to survive. It's it.
Yeah.
Listen, if you
I've
haven't,
been eating portions of my preps pretty consistently for nearly a year.
yeah,
So we're I try
you're
to replace when I can,
yeah,
but I refuse to buy at the current pricing. Um, you know,
yeah. It's
I get
bananas.
discount meats, like buy it last week, or they shouldn't even be legally selling it. That's
Sure.
the only meat I'm buying right now.
Right. Right. Yep. Absolutely. Well,
'Cause that gets it down to like what it should cost, $3-4 a pound.
if we're not growing it or hunting it, we're buying it discount right now. That's it. Period.
Yeah,
Like
and I've
that's
got a
it.
bunch of freezers of. I just don't need to buy expensive meat. So,
No, it's not. It's not
um,
necessary. So, but whatever it takes, 30 days of non-perishable food. Get it.
yeah,
Make it
if you don't
happen.
have it, I'd say put it on a credit card. Very
I
seldom do we support going into debt. Right
and
now,
that might
I
be the
would go
first
into
time.
debt if you didn't have 30 days of food.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised on what you can survive off of too. So,
Yeah.
no, I'm not
Oh,
really
hey,
paying too
thanks,
much
Bold Warrior.
attention.
Appreciate that.
Bold Warrior,
Bold
what do you say?
Warrior, prepare, no fear, concentrate on what you can do at your place right now. Absolutely, Bold Warrior. There's being afraid
You
gets you
can only
nowhere.
do what you can do,
Being prepared gets you everywhere.
and you can always fall back on taking it from the Democrats if you need to.
Yeah,
It's a bold plan.
I know the real Phil has a map of all the where all the Biden Harris signs were. So he's got little flags on his map.
Unless those houses burned down, then it wasn't me, and I have an alibi.
So, but honestly,
I don't play with matches.
do what you can
If it was
do,
me, it
and
would have exploded.
I can say this. I've never heard the real Phil recommend putting anything on a credit card. I've never heard him. I've
No, I'm
never heard
way
him
against that.
advocate for that
Don't believe in it.
on this show.
But
So
you do need to eat. You're desperate people do desperate things, and you will do desperate, stupid things if your children are hungry.
yep. Bold Warrior says I shot a wild boar on my place last week and came in was going after 3 kids. Oh man, 3 dogs. 3 dogs. He changed it after that.
So 3 dogs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yep.
Well,
Hey,
bleed it
wild
well
boar is
and cook it
delicious.
long.
Wild boar is delicious. Cook it
Smoke it.
long.
Smoke
Slow
Cook it long
cookers,
and
pressure
slow with
cookers.
lots of
Yep.
smoke.
Low,
Pressure
slow, lots of
cookers.
smoke.
That's
I
right.
love wild boar. It's one of my favorite
Yeah.
meats. In fact, I've been to Texas
We don't
twice
have
in the
any of
last
that in
month, and I
Alaska.
not
The
to,
only
and I'm
wild boar we have is those, like, backyard farmers, with the Biden signs that grow
yeah.
pigs.
Do they?
Yeah, those are
Nice.
wild boar.
Wild
I think those are
boar.
free for taking. They're an invasive species
They are. That is
on so
true.
many levels.
So Phil, if you were gonna start right now today,
Yeah.
uh,
Glock
what
19.
what piece of 30 days of food would you start with of non-perishable food items? Would you start with wheat berries or would you start with canned ham? Would you start with
I don't recommend
rice?
starting with wheat berries.
Okay,
Wheat berries is what you do after you've got your 6 months of rice.
right.
Then you or 6 months of flour or sugar or whatever. Then you do wheat berries. Wheat berries is like, once you've researched about aliens and pyramids and all that stuff,
Yeah.
then you start getting into wheat berries.
Yeah, no, I completely, yeah, I completely agree. I think that yes, you really, really want to look at 6 months worth of rice, 6 months worth of beans. So let's say this.
Yeah, I like. I know everybody does pinto beans, right? For the most part, pinto beans should be widely available and easy.
Yeah,
They're a very neutral bean that are easy. But I actually, if you have a choice and it's pinto beans or like a white navy,
yeah,
I would go with the white navy.
yeah.
There's a couple different names for them. They're Great Northerns and white navies are essentially the same thing.
And
They're
then
very
my people
similar.
down south call them butter beans too. So
Oh, okay. Do you the
but
tiny white ones?
that's really a style of cooking them. I mean, butter beans is that's really more of a style of how you cook them with
Oh, I see. Yeah, so we're talking
butter and
about
bacon
the
grease.
little white ones. Those are the most neutral beans that can
Yeah.
essentially be anything, go into anything.
Yeah.
I know black beans are popular, but they're kind of like hard winter red wheat
Hmm.
berries. They're somewhat of an acquired taste. You cook them a little bit different.
Yeah.
The soaking and process is a little different. They stain everything. I do lots of kidneys. I love small reds. You guys in the South love your small reds.
Yeah.
Black eyed peas are not beans, but you certainly can get them. I don't have a lot of them. They're hard to find here.
They're very nutrient dense black eyed peas. They're great. And so
They
that's a
are. Other than that, mung beans can still be
mung beans.
gotten on Amazon. Not a lot of people do mung beans. So when the bean processes start to get hard to find, you can still usually get garbanzo beans,
Hmm.
mung beans. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The mung beans and the garbanzo beans, those are the last ones to kind of disappear because most people don't know what to do with them. They're
Right.
so easy. They're very neutral. Turn them into anything.
Well,
Your
and the mung beans are
garbanzo
really
beans just kind
versatile.
of disappear into protein.
The mung beans are really versatile because you could turn around and sprout them or cook them
Sprout
and
them.
eat them in soup. So,
They
whatever
last
you want to do.
forever.
They last forever. They're really, really good.
You don't need a pressure cooker to do mung beans well. You can just put
Right.
them in with your rice in a rice
Correct.
cooker,
Correct.
or just toss them. I had some in my ramen noodles the other day. Just throw
Yeah.
them in,
I love them.
like 3 to 5 minutes before you put the noodles in.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Yeah. Mung
So,
beans are super easy to
hey,
cook. It's a great way to
I
get
got a
started
jet
cooking
here.
them.
I got 1 to 2 minutes.
Okay.
Cool to get live with you guys. And are you going to stay live or are you going to call it? I know you just walked in the door too. You got to go.
I did. I really don't have a whole lot of time tonight. We mainly just wanted to touch base, tell you that we're back. Look for the shows coming back after the holiday. We're out of the
Sure.
holiday season.
Some
If you
new
have
sites and
questions,
sources and
when you watch this,
send
put
it.
them in the comment section. We'll check them out. Hit us up on the
Yeah.
Facebook group, Prep Pastors Podcast. You can send us messages. Well, you send me
I
messages
won't be
there,
able to answer you there.
but I can. And I can always reach out and get Phil's input. So, all right, listen, get prepped.
Yeah.
If it's not too late, I'm gonna say it for Phil this week.
There you go. You say it for me. I'm like, sorry, I got a family member in the hospital. So,
All right,
all
everybody,
right,
we out of here. Peace.
we're out.